How virtual dance nationals became a thing. Hi, my name is Activate Arroyo. I'm the event director for COVID-19 Virtual Nationals, the first virtual dance competition for high school dance programs across the country. And I'm basically here inventing something new out of a crazy idea that I had about 4 weeks ago. Oh my God, where do I begin? Well, let's start at the very beginning, I guess. This is going to be the first podcast in a series that I'm not sure will last beyond today, or it could last a little bit longer. Who knows? But for now, I just felt inspired to share my story. And I'm not well groomed right now, like most people. All grooming services and salons and hairstylists and everybody else in the esthetician industry isn't able to work due to COVID-19, keeping us from enjoying life as we used to know it. Things are changing. Things have changed. Things are never going to be the same. And that is how my story begins. So, about 4 weeks ago, there I was, Activate Arroyo, not just event producer for this particular idea that I had, because back then I didn't even have this idea yet. My full-time job is as a high school dance teacher. I've been teaching dance for, I'd say, at least 19 years. And I've been teaching in a high school for the last 9. I am the director of the award-winning Mark Keppel High School Dance Company from Alhambra, California, which is made up of 2 performance groups at our school. And yes, we are a high school program. One of our groups is our very accomplished dance team, and also our nationally and world-renowned Mark Keppel all-male hip-hop team, who you may have seen recently on NBC's World of Dance or on the high school dance competition circuit. Okay, enough about me and who I was, because none of us are ever going to be the same after COVID-19. So I have this idea, and I was talking about it with a friend, and the reason why we were discussing it was because, at least in California, the major national dance competitions that were about to happen all got canceled as a result of the lockdowns that occurred due to the widening pandemic. My program, as well as many other programs across the country, were in the midst of their dance competition season when this all happened. So a lot of the major end-of-the-season events got canceled, leaving us with an empty bag and with our kids in tears, upset, disappointed. And the hard part about being a high school dance coach or teaching in high school is that you only get these kids for 4 years max. And really, they're not kids. They're young adults. They want to be treated as adults, but the minute you do treat them as adults, they throw their arms up in the air and they're like, "What are you doing to me?" And I don't know. That's a whole other discussion. But anyway, we all felt bad for our graduating seniors who aren't going to get to have a prom. They're not going to get to walk at graduation. They're not going to get to compete at their last state or national dance competition or district competition at the end of their season from whatever state that they're from. And my idea basically stemmed from that frustration. I was trying to turn lemons into lemonade. I didn't know how to do it. I felt terrible because I have 28 graduating seniors. This year was supposed to be a huge year for my own program. Dance teachers and coaches look forward to the years when they have a lot of seniors in their teams, because that connotes a lot of experience, and that shows up on the performance floor And it also helps you springboard into the future with your younger dancers, gives them lots of role models to look up to. So I just felt terrible, and I know many other coaches felt the same. So this idea was just a pipe dream. And my friend and I just kind of, discussed it once for about an hour. And I thought maybe I could, try my hand at it. And just like the rest of you who are reinventing yourselves right now, trying to find new hobbies or new ways of doing things, or maybe looking at new ideas for starting a business, or really doing a lot of self-examination and life work on your souls and your inner beings during this time while trying to survive and put food on the table and make sure that you have the resources that you need in case you get sick. I was here bored, trying to learn new trades. I thought maybe I would do a podcast, or maybe I would do, I don't know, maybe I would start taking up a music career or something like that. I don't know. There were so many ideas going through my head. But I wanted to start first with my kids, my students. And so I taught myself how to use open broadcasting software, OBS Studio, for those of you geek nerds outside of my quarantined little apartment here in Los Angeles. Many of you, I'm sure, have used that software before, but most of you probably have never heard of it. Anyway, I played around with it for a day just to see if there was something that I could come up with that maybe might look appealing in regards to a virtual national dance competition that had never been held before in the history of American performing arts. And after that first 24 hours, I had something that I kind of liked. After 48 hours, I had something that I really liked. And I explained my idea to a few other friends in the dance industry, and many of them were like, this sounds great, but I can't really envision it. Dance people are very visual. Obviously, we feel the music, but if you can't see dance, you can't really appreciate dance. And if you can't see the idea in fruition, sometimes it's really hard to explain it in theory, especially to people in the performing arts, when performance is the ultimate goal. So I digress, but I came up with about a 3-minute demo video as a result, using all of the software I had been trying to, learn how to use. And I sent this demo video to about 550 dance directors, coaches, dance teachers, and educators across America. Within 24 hours, I had 13 high schools signed up for this event. Within 48 hours, I had 26. And after 10 days, at the end of my registration deadline for this event, I had 70 high schools from 9 different U.S. states. And that is how virtual dance nationals became a thing. I remember watching it grow from the first 2 days, seeing high schools from California jump in. Then I would get a random school from Colorado, Idaho, a bunch of soloists from Minnesota, Illinois, Georgia. And then I got a flood of teams coming in from Washington State. And it's crazy. This thing is actually going to happen. And it's going to stream live next week from April 27th through May 3rd, about 2 hours a day. And I'm going to problem solve my way out of the frustration that I feel and the helplessness that I feel in regards to not being able to give my seniors, my graduating seniors, and my dancers, my students, the closure that they have rightfully earned. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this first episode of the podcast, please leave a comment below or visit my website for this event, www.hsdancechampionships.com. The HS stands for high school, so High School Dance Championships. And follow us on Instagram at HS Dance Championships. Until then, I bid you adieu. Have a great one.